Ladies and gentlemen, finally to the mound tonight, Yelich, who was recently honorably discharged from the United States Marine Corps and whose pitch is being caught by his big brother, Yelich.
Kristen, why don't you take us back to when Cameron was here and you guys kind of got reunited, just the fact that you guys getting together and being able to throw out the first pitch and stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool moment. It was a fun time in our season. We had a lot going on, and Brewers asked me if he would be interested in throwing out the first pitch in one of the games, so I texted and asked if he wanted to do it, and he said he did, and afterwards he told me he was pretty nervous about doing it, didn't really want to do it, but said he would at the time, so he went through with it. But it was cool. I think it's definitely a special moment, and you know, he got to experience that and take that all in and throwing out first pitch in front of a sold-out stadium and seeing it from that point of view. And he went out there, he didn't really take it in much. He went out there to the mound, stood there and threw it like right away and tried to get out of there as quickly as possible.
What's it like to be reunited with, you know, your brother at that time? And because a long period of time had passed, I think, before you guys saw each other.
Yeah, the only times we'd really see each other was usually over Christmas every year for about 9 or 10 days when he got some leave. Other than that, we never really saw each other, didn't get to talk a whole lot just because of the schedule differences and the time zones.
And Yelich sends it high in the air, right center field, and it is gone! First at bat, Yelich hits one for his brother.
You realize it's special, you enjoy the time together, and we definitely had a lot of fun.
Why did he want to get into the military?
Just something that him and his friends did out of high school. I think it was about 4 or 5 of them. One of our neighbors growing up, they were pretty close. And but yeah, it's just something they all did out of high school. And when his buddies went to boot camp and did the whole thing.
Has he ever told you some of the things that maybe he's learned from that? Is maybe he matured through his teen years into, you know, being 22 or 23 now? And
yeah, I mean, I think you don't even have to, you can just see it for yourself. And I think anybody at that age, you know, there's a big change and there's a big growth from those years, from when you're 18 to 22, 23. You definitely mature and grow a little bit, but even more so when you go into the service, and there's that discipline and accountability. And it was noticeable right after he got out of boot camp. You know, he went and to go to eat food, and he's got like perfect posture, and he's eating it in like 2 minutes. So that's what you had to do there. You had to eat quickly or you weren't going to finish. So you can notice the changes, but he's still the same kid, same kid I grew up with and knew my whole life.
A few years ago when you were with the Marlins, you guys played at a baseball game at Fort Bragg, correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what that experience was like for you and to be there and spend some time there?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games I think I've played in my career, and they built the stadium right there on the base, and only military family members were allowed to attend, and it was cool. It was an intimate environment. It was a cool setting. You hear the national anthem every day here, playing Major League Baseball game. Every day throughout the season you hear it, and I think it just had a little bit more meaning that day. You could just see how much it meant to everybody in attendance, and even to the players who are at the game. It kind of becomes more real at that point. I think everybody involved really enjoyed the whole experience, and it was a great night for sure.
What kind of appreciation do you now have for servicemen and women now, knowing it's been firsthand with you and your family?
I definitely always had appreciation for them, but now going through it as you know, a military family, having a family in the military, you realize the sacrifices that go on behind the scenes, the time away from family, everything that goes into it. People always focus on the sacrifice the service member makes and not always on their families. And there's families that sacrifice way more than our family did. But you just understand the commitments and how hard it is on both sides. And there's definitely great appreciation there. And I've said before, and we'll continue to say that people who serve our country are the best our country has to offer. And I truly believe that.